Just setting everything up. Tidy up the background. Not very professional here at I'm not very professional here at Circular Grace. Hello everybody, it's Denise at Circular Grace. I just wanted to play with the live, I guess. I've just sat here and recorded a little video, and I'm aware that I'm going to have a limited amount of time today to actually edit that video and get it out. Such is life, lots to do, more ideas than time. So the reason I wanted to do this live is to announce a new venture that I've embarked upon here at Circular Grace. And for any of my subscribers that keep an eye on things, you'll notice that I've created a web page and a Patreon account. The reason behind doing that is for a long time, alongside my sharing of the New Testament Gospel, and as you know, I'm on a mission to share every chapter of the Holy Bible. And it's early days. I'm still in the first Gospel. I'm in the Gospel according to Matthew. We're getting towards the end of that Gospel, which is wonderful. I can't believe that I've managed to keep it going. I faithfully am committed to carry on with this mission. Anyway, I'm waffling. So alongside that, I'm going to carry on doing that. I have wanted for an awful long time to share the Old Testament, and in particular Genesis. And this really is something very personal to me, because it was actually the book of Genesis that robbed me of my faith for many years, because I was very much seduced by the secular idea that we evolved rather than created. And I really struggled, going back to childhood. I can remember discussing this at my confirmation levels. This is how far it goes back. And my past then vicar sort of explaining really that it was just a story. And that just didn't sit well with me, because, well, if I couldn't really believe that God was the creator, how could I have any faith in everything else? It just really put a damper on my faith. I continue to have a strong faith in Jesus Christ, but I really struggled with the Old Testament, because if you can't get over the stumbling block of the first verse in the Bible, it's really difficult. That's my history. And I'm 50, coming up to 56 now. And I was confirmed at the age of 12. For most of my life, I was a very lukewarm Christian, and I'd really put that down to the fact that I doubted God, the creator. I doubted the history as told in Genesis. Well, that's all changed now, and I have a firm faith that the Bible is completely and utterly true, and it is the word of God. That is my faith. That is the foundation of my faith, and my faith has blossomed ever since embracing that. So I really set about, my journey began really by delving into the Bible. And the more I studied the book of Genesis, the more I continued on a journey through the Old Testament, the more everything made sense. The gospel message made sense. I'm waffling on an awful lot. Let's get back to the point of this video. I want to announce that I want to share my study of Genesis with you. And I thought how best I could do this. And I came up with the idea of splitting content through a number of different platforms. So I've set up a website, and the idea is the website will kind of be the anchor where I'll be able to put articles on Genesis and subsequently the other books of the Old Testament. I'll be able to pin them to the website. But on the website, there'll be links to Patreon discussion groups where I can add additional resources, because I'm not the font of all knowledge and I don't intend to go incredibly deeply into everything. Instead, I'm going to link to other trusted content, people that have spent a lifetime studying the book of Genesis and theology. So I want to be able to sort of share links to those people. And, you know, I thought, well, YouTube doesn't really lend itself to discussion as such. I know we've got the comment section, but my experience of using the comment section is that it can be messy. It seems once there are a few comments, I'm fussing my dog, that's why I keep looking down. I've got my dog, my Tibetan Terrier at my side. Anyway, to get back on topic. In my experience of the comment section in YouTube is that once we have a few comments, I stop getting notifications, and the person that I'm chatting with stops getting notifications. It's worse than that. It gets to the point where I can't even see the comments that I've put on there. So you just can't have a long discussion on YouTube. So I looked at lots of the different available options. I'm not a Facebook fan, so that was out of the question for me personally. That's my dog. Bear with me a moment. I'm going to let her out the door. Come on. Cats. I am here in the background. I'm just letting the dog out. Oh, the beauties of a live stream. Yeah, so I came up with the idea of setting up a Patreon account. And what I liked about Patreon, it was you can set it up for free. All of my content is free, and I always intend my content to be free. Free for me and free for you. Patreon offers that ability. I can set up a Patreon account, I can have members, and that membership can be free, and setting up a Patreon account is free for me. And the reason I wanted to set up a membership system isn't, as I say, no intention to ever charge or put my content behind a paywall, but it struck me that, you know, this kind of content does attract trolls, which isn't fun for me, and it isn't fun for anyone else that wants to join along in the study of Genesis. So it gives me more visibility and ability to block people that are going to be abusive. I mean, I welcome non-believers onto my Patreon, and if they can be respectful and polite, fine. I think it's a powerful thing to talk about these things with people of all faiths, no faiths, and fellow Christians. So yeah, I've set up the Patreon. That sort of syncs in with the website content, and I'm also experimenting with a Spotify feed in the background as well, because it strikes me that podcasts are quite easy to produce, and it's just another medium for the content. Well, that's my announcement. A lot of waffling on this live stream. It's certainly not like recording a video where I can edit out the dog going out the back door and me just waffling on. I probably will produce the video that I recorded this morning because it'll be more succinct and clear. But if you're interested in studying the Bible, if you're interested to really sort of engage with creation versus evolution, to delve into what some of the Christian scientists have discovered, to actually learn that a lot of the secular science that's portrayed as absolute truth is just mere theory, then come along on the journey. I've only just begun. My first article is literally on the first verse in Genesis, so there's plenty of time to delve in. I'm not putting a time limit on this study. It could take months, even years for me to complete the book of Genesis. But I do promise I'm committed to it. I do promise that there will be regular content and regular updates. Life sometimes gets in the way, however, so I don't want to overpromise and underdeliver. Well, that's all from me for now. In the meantime, take care, and I'd love to see you on the website or on Patreon. But if you just want to carry on watching my videos on YouTube, that's fine too. Take care. And now to end the live stream. Let's see. I do want to stop streaming. Thank you. Goodbye.